This is Cynthia Toet, your TV host for Gypsys Toolbox. This is where we talk about alternative healing, and we are on episode 13, and this is herbs for healing. That's what we're going to talk about. How can we use for herbs for healing? But the reason why I go live on this channel is to talk about all the tools that I have in my toolbox that doesn't necessarily cost you anything. Or if it does, it costs you very little. These are things that are in my toolbox that I utilize for my own self-healing that you guys can utilize for your self-healing too. And you guys know I've already done some Ho'oponopono and the EFT and some mindset things. I have at least 12 shows I've done. And so I've been giving you guys a little bit at a time, a little bit of what does Miss Gypsy use for when she's trying to get herself well away from anything that doesn't feel right or anything that's not going right. And so herbs are, well, before I actually get into the herbal part, I want to let you guys know, for one, I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to tell you not to go to a doctor. These are just things that we can utilize when we're trying to take care of ourselves. And some herbs you need to go ahead and check with your doctor to see if it's okay for you to take, especially if you're taking medication, just to get that out there. So this is just for your informational purposes only, and for you guys to do the research a little bit more. But this is just things that I've utilized for 35 plus years when it comes to the herbs and a lot of the other stuff too. But it is just to give you guys information to what is out there that we can, as a human being, take care of ourselves on our own health. How can we take care of our own health without going somewhere, okay? And some of the herbs I just want to talk about, there's like different herbs for whether it's pain, or you can take different herbs to go to sleep with, different herbs for headaches, different herbs for colds. There's so many things. There's actually, I have my herbal Bible book. That's my Bible. I don't even think you can actually find this herbal book anymore, and I don't even know if I have the original name. It's called Today's Herbal Health. That's the name of it. There's herbs for, let's see, there's cleansing. You can do cleansing with some herbs. You can use herbs for pregnancy, and there's herbs for children. There's herbs for fasting. There's it actually helps us. They can help us. And so the four areas I kind of picked out was for pain, sleep, headaches, and colds. And I kind of got a list to what kind of yeah, you use wood. I went wormwood. Let's get it out right for parasites cleanse. That, yeah, that's good. That's good. I think for parasites, I think I use a charcoal. So so an herbal tea. Yeah, hey, did you guys like my intro? Hey, I make those intros for every show a little bit special. So like for pain, these are the different ones. I kind of got a list in, you guys can always add in for anything I missed on the list. Again, this is just trying to wake people up that there are other things out there besides the over-the-counter drugs like aspirin or ibuprofen or Tylenol and it can be something that can possibly help you before you get to see a doctor or even after you've seen a doctor. But again, if you're under a doctor's care, it's really important for you to make sure whatever it is that you're taking is not interfering with what you are taking. The oregano oil for parasites, I didn't know about that. But what I do use, the oregano oil, is my number one herb to use to prevent myself from getting sick when everybody else is around. And the reason why, I'll tell you, I have a really good story about that, is my mom and I, you don't want to interrupt the show, but thanks to you're good, you're good. That the oregano, I was on a cruise ship once with my mom, and one of the things that we did when we were on the cruise ship is we always made sure we took the oregano because it helps with the immune system. And homeopathic doctors do exist. Yeah, they do. And but you can't normally, you just normally can't use your insurance policy for them, right? You got to use your cash. And so but the oregano, I like to tell you guys this story because it's really a unique story. My mom and I were taking one oregano in the morning and one oregano at night, and we were on this cruise ship. And the whole entire cruise ship got sick, including who's the driver, even the ship's mates and everybody, even the people making the food. And it was sad. My mom and I went to dinner one night, and the whole kitchen was empty. We were, what's going on? And they were telling us the whole ship was sick. Well, so my mom and I doubled up on our oregano then, but we never, ever got sick through the whole thing. And I might as well say hello to everyone while you're here. I'm so happy and thankful and grateful that you guys are all here. We have Paul G and Andrew, Divine Timing, and Tammy G and Molly, woo woo woo. And then Lupa, and I'm so happy you guys coming in and just being a part of this new program. I'm still, finding my balance with it all too, digging up the research so I can have something to talk about, but even the format, and because I like to operate from that exciting place, but when I'm doing more, educational thing is to slow down just a little bit, a tad bit. Let's get the information in there. Let's see, and then I used to also work with someone that had suicidal cluster migraine headaches, and some of the things that I found that worked really good for headaches was, one of them was skull cap. Skull cap became a really good one to use, and peppermint, to use the peppermint oil and put it behind your ears, or even right here on your palms, or put it right here. But you got to be careful not to be touching it and putting it in your eyes. You got to be careful of that stuff, though. But I would find that the peppermint would help abort the suicidal cluster migraine headaches. There is a whole list of herbs that I kind of wrote down for peppermint that used to help you when you had migraines for years. Yeah, it is. It is a very good, a good one. So I have a list of herbs that I wrote down that are good for headaches, migraines, and suicidal ones. But skullcap, valerian, allspice. I mean, we all have allspice in our cabinets, right? I mean, that's easy to get. Catnip. Have you ever tried that? I know we always got catnip for the cats, but this is catnips to go ahead and take for yourself, and they actually help for migraines and headaches. Feverfew, horsetail, lavender. Lavender just kind of like helps calm us down, so it would help calm the nervous system of the headaches, And lemon balm and sage. Not necessarily burning the sage. This is more like taking the sage, whether it's in a tea format or in a capsule format. Passion flower, and again, the peppermint would seem to be really a number one thing. And that's what I have written down right now for the headaches. Then, let me see, hold on. I gotta kind of keep track of time. There we go. Perfect. Then another area I have is for sleep. If you guys have problems going to sleep, there are actually herbs out there that actually help us go to sleep, or allows our, it kind of just settles down the nervous system. It makes it so we're not running so fast. And I know you guys probably all know about lavender in that area, but there are probably some things that you're not familiar with, like rosemary. Rosemary is also a good one that can help with the falling asleep or settling your body down. Passion flower, that's one of my favorite. I just like taking the passion flower. It is one that helps me just totally relax. It's not relax like if you were to take a Xanax. That's a whole different type of relax, because you take a Xanax, what happens, sure, you can go to sleep, but then you wake up with a hangover, right? But it's not that way with the passion flower. It works the same kind of way, but there are no hangovers. There are no side effects, just put it that way. And then chamomile. I know you all have heard about chamomile, and these things are cheap, especially if you buy it in the bulk form and you buy it in a tea that you make it into the tea where you boil the hot water and you let it seep 3 to 5 minutes. That's really the best way to get those herbs inside of you. But I know nowadays we have all the capsules and the tinctures. They all work the same. I mean, I'm not saying not to take them that way, but I just, through my own experience, the tea is the best, but we are lazy today, so we're going to pop that capsule. Because, we don't have to drink the whole cup of tea now. Oh, yeah, I do. Exactly. Black cohosh is really good for menopause. I actually had that written down right up here. For a different thing, but that's right. Black cohosh is good for menopause. There are some herbs that you really have to be careful of taking because of the fact it can interfere with other things, and I don't know if that was one of them or not, but there are a few of them. So you've been going through this for years. I know it's not fun. I don't know how long it lasted for me. It seemed like at least 3 years, if not 7. It just seemed like hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. Yeah, those menopause moments are not fun at all. So I do have a few more herbs I want to talk about and a few different subjects, but it's about that commercial time. So I'm going to run you my commercial. This commercial has to do about me being a coach. I do flip you guys and say you love menopause. Yeah, right, Molly. Molly's in love with menopause. Why? Because you're the nurse. She gets to nurse everybody on menopause because I'll make you feel better. Hey, Craig. Thank you for showing up. Oh, thank you for. Oh, my inspiration gives you freely from your platinum heart, and changed your life forever, and you're grateful. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate you so much. Anyhow, let's see. I am going to run the commercial here. It is about me being the life cheerleader coach. You can find my coaching services over on my webpage at cynthiatoet.com. What I like you guys to do when you're actually looking at that and would like some coaching is not to really pay any mind to any of the pricing or anything, to pay a mind to actually making the DM, making the DM, yeah, let's make the DM happen, to actually, to do a discovery call with me so we can talk about what your needs are, and so we can make something that actually works for you on a financial budget and actually work for you on an emotional level, so we are actually truly flipping your story around, just like we have done with Craig's here on the chat. He's one of my customers here that we've been flipping his emotional story around to better, and it's actually started working within I don't know, within a day or two. He can actually type it in there how it works. Yeah, licorice is great for menopause too. I know you know about that, Andrew. I know you've gone through menopause a few times, right? All right. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to show this commercial. I'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. And she's back. Woo. I know menopause is not fun at all. Yeah, I mean, all we can do is ease it up. I think black cohosh is probably one of my #1 herbs. But when you don't have it on you and you're just out in the middle of round and about in the day and you forget about some of these things, it's like there's nothing. So another list I have, I do the sleep. So the sleeping herbs that I have on my list is lavender and rosemary, passion flower, chamomile. I think I got that far. And then I went off onto the commercial that we're going to get back. St. John wort is another one that's good for sleeping. And holy basil and valerian. Valerian's a little bit stronger. Valerian's more like a... I would say it was more in alignment to like a prescription drug like Xanax or something. But again, as I'm talking about these things, you need to really be careful not to just go ahead and go pop a whole bunch of them, because it's the herbs are, they can cause side effects too, so we have to read up on it, see what it is that's going to actually fit for you. Just because it's the strongest doesn't mean that's the best for you. Okay, and then we have different herbs that are really, really good for when you get a cold, besides the oregano. And oregano is my #1 to actually a preventative. It's more preventative for me to use the oregano. But if I get sick, I'm going to continue. I'm actually going to double up on it. I know I did get sick here not too long ago, and I was doubling up on it, but it's like I had waited too long to actually start taking it, where I had already gotten some of the mucus going on, and that was one of the things I didn't have for one of my herbs. And let me see if I can actually say it right here. Let me look it up here. Oh, lobelia is really good too for sleeping. Lobelia. But let's see. Lobelia is really a valuable herb. Everybody should have that in their cabinets, but I'm out of that too. That's what happens when you take herbs all the time. They run out. So hold on here. I'm trying to make sure I'm saying this one word right. Hospice. It's HYSSOP. Now that is so good to help clear up the congestion that's going on when you get a lot of mucus that's building up. That is one thing to really have, and you take that with slippery elm. It is like the prize winner, and that's what I have found. But I ran out of that, and it was like, and then I wasn't able to find it for a little bit. I found it again today, so it was nice. Another thing with colds is echinacea, catnip. I know here we got the catnip going on to help us all. It's not just for cats. That's it. That's exactly how you spell it. Elderberry. Of course, you guys are starting to see elderberry come out more and more in just the regular supermarkets that sell vitamins and herbs. And nettle, we got NETTLLE. And ginger and cayenne, all those things really help with colds. Or lemon, you can do lemon water with honey. Yeah, we got to do that. Make sure it's hot though. Doing that hot is actually helps. And put a little. I know. I can always say it wrong too. He's up in the lemon water when you're making it hot with the honey. What I like to add to that is add some cayenne pepper, a little bit on it, because I'm not a hot person. I don't like hot stuff, but put a little bit of that on the top, and it actually helps break up that congestion. So those are some of the things I have for the colds. And then here, let me see here. I'm just gonna see if the book talks about the hot flashes. I'm gonna do that. Sometimes it just breaks it down. Oh, it would be under menopause though. Yeah, they don't have it. And did you know that kelp actually helps regulate your thyroids? It does. So everybody should be taking a little bit of kelp, And another thing that helps with thyroids is licorice, beetroot, hawthorn, and fennel. That just came across in my book. Just open it up and certain things happen. All right, and then let's see what else. I had one more area. I think we talked about the sleep and the headaches and the cold. Inflammation, a main cause of disease. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. It was pain. There's different herbs that are really good for pain, and we got ginger and clove. Black cohosh is on there for pain. Feverfew is like taking aspirin. It's a replacement for aspirin. In fact, I think I read a long time ago that's how, I don't even want to say it because I'm not quite sure, but I'm thinking that it was, I don't know. I don't know how to say the words right, so we'll just leave it at that. Feverfew, that is. And turmeric. You're seeing more and more turmeric all around in the supermarkets and everything. And it works for some people and it doesn't work for others. And there's also white bark. I don't know if you ever heard of that. That also works like an aspirin. I know some stuff. Yeah, I know a little bit of everything. That's what this gypsy medicine woman is all about. She just has all these tools. And the thing is how I learned about herbology. It wasn't really through going to school or anything. I learned about that through kinesiology, which another thing I didn't go to school with. I am just a natural at this. And kinesiology is where you're able to just I could put all the bottles in front of me and I could go like that and say, I need this one. Say if I had a headache, I could go like that and I go, I need this one. Now I didn't know what it was. Say I just picked skull cap. Okay, say I didn't know anything. I go, okay, now I'm going to go look it up. I go over here, and this is how I learned that I even had a skill like that. That was really, really cool. So I go over here and I'd look up skull cap and I would see, oh, wow, that actually does work for headaches. How pretty cool is that? And so I found out I had this gift on top of a gift. I don't know if we all have it or not. It's just something that I learned about myself. And so I learned kinesiology. That is being able to know when something's out of alignment, something's out of balance. I could feel it that way, or I could go find exactly what it is that the body needed. And it didn't have to be me. It could be for somebody else. I could go to the herbal store. Somebody else is going through a situation, some kind of condition, some kind of disease or something, and I could go to the store and I go like this is what they need, without me knowing what that herb is, okay? And then that's the kinesiology part. And then medical intuitive she is, yeah. And then I would take the kinesiology, the herb that I found through doing kinesiology is, I found out, well, I'm an herbologist too, and I would look it up. And it would, every single time, I do not know of a time that I've picked an herb that wasn't exactly lined up to the symptom that somebody else was going through. Rather, it was a person or an animal. So it's really cool to be able to be fine-tuned and tapped in to our intuitive selves. When we truly get ourselves in alignment and in balance to not being all caught up in the chaos and the confusion out there with the way that we think, that we've got to keep our minds thought in this lack-then mentality that things aren't working or things are out of control, or we're always thinking about the negative things. If we can actually truly clear that up from the mindset, then it actually frees our intuitive self to be more intuitive, to be more awakened, to be more aware. So that's that's the brainwash. The brainwash is all the negative, non-slaying noise. If we really truly learn how to settle that noise down, then you guys can actually find out what it is that you truly need in your life path and your life purpose, or what do you need for your own self-healing. How do we make ourselves feel better as a whole? What does my body need? What is it craving? What is it looking for? And so I was just kind of like putting out there, giving you some examples about with the herbs, how we can take care of ourselves when we're alone and we don't have somewhere else to go, or we don't have any other help, but there are things that are there for us that are available. And I was just kind of like giving you a list of things for the different herbs that could help with, rather it was pain or sleeping or for headaches or for colds. That was just me giving you a quick tip. So you can try something else out. We can be responsible for ourselves in this life that we are living. It is our life. We are supposed to be responsible for it. Let me see. I do have, I don't know if I know right where it's at. I do have a deck of cards that are an herbal deck of cards, but oh, here they are. I'll just pull one card just because I'm getting close to my time being up. I like to keep it right at 30 minutes. So let's see what the one card would be. Yeah, let's see. Oh, it gave me a whole bunch of cards, but we're going to take the one here. Prickly ash bark. And that's for the 10 of Wands when you've been doing all the work. So let's see let's hope that herb is in the book, because I'm not familiar with that one. Not everything is in my book, so. Oh, here it is. Prickly ash is it's a stimulant herb that increases the circulation throughout the body. It is beneficial in most cases of impaired circulation, such as cold extremes or joints or rheumatitis or arthritis, or wounds that are slow at healing. Prickly ash is applied extremely as externally as a potent to help dry up and heal wounds. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Folic acid. Cleaning the heavy metals. Oh, those are nice to know about the ones about the heavy metals, right? The powdered bark has been chewed for relief of toothache too. So the prickly ash is good for toothache, and it will help increase the flow of saliva and moisten the dry tongue, which often accomplish a liver malfunction and is used in paralysis of the tongue and the mouth. I'm not sure if I said that word right. So, but anyhow, that was the card of the day that we drew from there. And yeah, thank you. It detoxifies. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right though. Full brick. I'll have to look it up. So to clean out the heavy metals, that needs to be a whole nother show, because that is something that we all need to do. All right, you guys, I love you so very much. Thank you so much for showing up for the live. I really appreciate you. And I will go live again tomorrow night, Thursday, for Your Hidden Love Story on the series of Tying the Knot series. And come on over there and join me live, 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we did have a time change here in the United States here recently. So if you're over there overseas, just remember that probably adds another hour to the time. So if it was 10 a.m. that you were meeting up with us, now it will be 11 a.m. So thank you. You'll be here tomorrow. I love you guys so very much. Till next time, butterflies. Bye-bye. What was the name of the show? Oh, I'm telling you, it was for, herbs for healing, All right, that's it. All right, bye-bye.